My name is Polly Reichle, and this is my Care to Share moment. My husband's name is Joe, and I was blessed to have known him 38 years and married 35. When I think of Joe, I think about the way he smiled at me. I always knew he loved and adored me. He had a clever sense, he had a quick wit, and he was always self-assured. Joe loved all things. He loved learning, he loved exercise, he loved history, particularly the Civil War time period, and our plan was to visit the Civil War battle sites where I would sit in the car with our dogs and he would attend the productions because I didn't show the interest like he did. He loved reading historical novels. He attended so many sporting events, professional and otherwise. I went. I didn't show that much interest in sports, but I went because that's what he loved. And conversely, he attended things that I enjoyed, concerts, plays, things that he didn't like at all, but he did it just for me. And I'll always appreciate that. Joe loved his church. He was a Eucharistic minister and he was an usher. He always felt blessed by what he had, and he felt like he needed to give back. And our kids went to the local school, and he was on the Board of Education. He thought that was very important to be active in that as well. He was a proud graduate of the University of Illinois in engineering, and he graduated with honors. And he said to me one time, "You didn't graduate with honors from college?" And I said, I was pretty fortunate to graduate, but I had a good time. He was a Cardinal fan, loved the St. Louis Cardinals. We went to many, many games. I can almost see him cheering them on when he was at home. He was the couch coach. I think one of my favorite memories of Joe was he would come home and work was done. And the first thing he would do is he would give me a kiss. And that's what I miss. I miss that daily kiss, the daily "I love you," the phone calls just to tell you, "Hey dear, thinking about you, I love you." He would leave me notes in my car. When I'd take vacations without him with the kids, he would leave notes in our bags. "I'm really gonna miss you," and he would sign it, his name and whatever dogs we had at the time. He was just unbelievably thoughtful, and some people didn't see that about him because when he was at work, he was all business, but he was at home, it was us. And that's what I miss the most. Joe is remembered daily, and we speak of him often. Joe had a real zest for life. He appreciated the life he was given. He always wanted to give back. Actually, he wanted to go back to U of I and get his MBA, but it was on a Saturday, and our children were smaller, and he wouldn't sacrifice time with the family to get his master's degree because he didn't want to take away, I think the program was a year and a half, and he didn't want to take that away from us. There was no question. We were loved. Boy, did we love him. I don't think I would do anything differently with my life with Joe, except for maybe go back to some of the familiar places that we enjoyed. He loved it when we went to London. We were on the go all the time. It wasn't even so much a vacation because we were constantly on the move, and I had this checklist of places to go. You know, when you lose somebody, the hardest thing is you think so much of time. You just want more of it. Fricke-Calvert-Schrader Funeral Homes was an easy choice for us. Joe had a business relationship with both Nathan and his father, and in the spirit of giving back, you know, he would always want me to have used them. Nathan was so easy to talk to. When I came into the funeral home, I met Todd and Ryan and Andrea, and everyone was so nice and genuine. The Fricke name has been part of our community for years. People know them, they're in the community, they're well liked. They provide such an honest and caring service. The thing I realized with them was that they care about your birth and your death and everything that comes in between, your life that's so valuable to you and your family and your friends. And they want it to be the way you see it. I had ideas in my mind how I wanted things to go, and they made it happen. I would recommend Fricke-Calvert-Schrader Funeral Homes because they made this process of planning Joe's celebration, if you will. We were celebrating his life. I think Fricke seems to catch the essence of people when you're talking with them, and they want that for you to, through the course of a really, really tough and difficult time. They want it to be as special for you and your family and your friends and acquaintances, and they made it happen. I was talking back and forth with them. Oddly enough, I feel like they're friends. There's comfort in that, because when I see them, I think, wow, they helped my family through one of the worst times in my life. And I'll always remember that.